How's it going? Good.
My name is Mrs. Payne, and I would like to welcome you to the Little Red Schoolhouse. The Little Red Schoolhouse was built in 1854, and it was in operation for 100 years. And as you can see here, see all these blackboards? These are all original to the school and the floors. And all the children would do their studies in this one-room schoolhouse. And after Allen Avenue School was built, the town no longer needed the Little Red Schoolhouse, so they sold it to the North Attleboro Historical Society for $1. So, and in 1974, we started this third grade program where you could come here, and back in colonial days, you don't need any mask here for the school. Do they have masks for the Garrison House? Yep. So you will be going over to the Garrison House at 10 o'clock, and the docents are guides. They will give you a tour of all the rooms in the Garrison House. If you have, time is limited. We never have enough time. If you have any questions when you're going through the room, just raise your hand, and the docent will be able to answer your questions at that time. So again, welcome. You all look very handsome and beautiful, and we welcome you here. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I think there's some more.
All right. Right now, I will begin roll call. Just a reminder, when I say your name, you will stand. I would just stand next to your desk, because I don't know if you'll be able to stand where you are. You'll say, yes, ma'am, and you will say, present. All right? So, Miss Isla Carges.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
All righty. Miss Ava Good.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Miss Mia Webster.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Zoe Rosinski.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Grace Beluso.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Bella Sanuta.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Emily Young.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Maeve Daniels.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Emma DiBiasio.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Maya Goodnow.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Tommy Rushlow.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Griffin Medeiros.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Miss Ainsley Smith.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Trey Cloutier.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Brady Mikowski.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cameron Ward.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Bentley Chan.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Howard Rupia. Mr. Benjamin Dalton.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Andrew Stone.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Mr. Logan Hinge.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Excellent. All right, so in colonial times, something called deportment was very important. Deportment. 2 hands are expected to be crossed on your desk. 2 feet are expected to be on the floor in front of you. And we are sitting up straight in our seats. So today we are in the one-room schoolhouse. In this schoolhouse in North Attleboro, so they just told you that this was actually used in colonial times. People actually had school here. All of the classes were in this one room, and they were all taught together in the same classroom. So we are going to start with an early reading lesson using our horn book. So does everyone have their horn books? Can you just put them out in front of you? You can take them off if you're wearing them around your neck, and just put them on your desk. So right now the students were called scholars. I'm going to have all the scholars stand up, and we are going to recite the alphabet together. Miss Gay, do you want to lead the alphabet?
Sure. Okay, ready? A,
A,
B,
B,
C,
C,
D,
D,
E,
E,
F,
F,
G,
G,
H,
H,
I,
I,
J,
J,
K,
K,
L,
L,
M,
M,
N,
N,
O,
O,
P,
P,
Q,
Q,
R,
R,
S,
S,
T,
T,
U,
U,
V,
V,
W,
W,
X,
X,
Y,
Y,
Z.
Z.
Excellent. You may take a seat.
All right, so now we will be working with our horn book to memorize the alphabet backwards. Okay, so the boys are going to, so boys, while we work with the girls, you guys can sit with your horn books and start working to memorize the alphabet backwards, okay? So you have a few minutes to work on that while we talk to the girls. So girls, you can say the alphabet backwards using your horn books, okay?
So the boys are expected to memorize the alphabet backwards.
Wait, how's that fair?
And the girls will be allowed to use their horn books. So are there any girls that would like to volunteer to recite the alphabet backwards using their horn books?
Emma?
Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N,
done, Grace.
All right, at this time, we will have the boys turn over their horn books. While the boys are reciting their alphabet backwards, the girls will practice their stitching. So, I will bring around, or may I have one of you guys actually bring around? These are your patterns that you're going to practice stitching with. Please use your lump of lead, and on this piece of fabric, you will practice stitching the alphabet. So what you're going to do is there are just X's on the graph paper that's called your sampler. You will use this graph paper, and in those same boxes, you're going to practice stitching the alphabet. This back in colonial times, while the boys had to focus more on their education, they wanted the girls to focus more on skills like stitching. So while they are practicing their memorization, you'll be practicing stitching the alphabet. Would you mind bringing the tools?
Yes, Isla.
Do we just use our pencil and then trace it?
Yep. Use your lump of lead.
So you're not tracing it, you're just doing it, you're copying it onto that paper.
Yes, Grace.
Yes, ma'am. Me and Bella forgot our lump of lead.
Okay, I brought some extras.
Grace to the lunch there.
Aw.
All right, Grace,
Where is it?
come on over. Grab a piece of chalk. Come on over. Would you like to wear the hat? Okay. Sit here on the board 10 times. I will not take it. Who is the other one? Bella? You're next.
All right, boys, it is your turn to recite the alphabet backwards. Who would like to go first? Andrew?
Okay, yes, ma'am. V-Y. X. Double. W. V. T. U. T. S. R. Q. P. N. R. O.
Would you like someone else to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Okay, who else would like to try? Which boy would like to try? No one else would like to try?
Need at least 2 more.
Andrew is very brave for being the first one to try it. We need 2 more boys to try.
education was very important in colonial times. It's expected that as boys we were able to memorize the alphabet backwards. Tommy?
Z-Y,
Stand.
Z-Y-X, V, W, no, V-U, W, R,
Thank you for trying. I need one more boy, Howard.
Z-Y-X, W, V-U,
Grace. Well done, Howard.
Excellent. Let's give Howard a little round of applause. All right. Nicely done, Grace. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. My loaf of bread broke.
Well, fortunately for you, we are going to be moving on to handwriting. So, at this time, if you are working on your sampler, you may put your lump of lead down. Just make a nice, neat stack in front of you, and we are going to move on to handwriting. So, handwriting, nice, neat handwriting was very important in colonial times. Can anyone think of why would handwriting be so important in colonial times? Ainsley?
Yes, ma'am. Teachers had to be able to read it.
Teachers had to be able to read it, absolutely. What else would handwriting have been so important? Griffin?
Yes, ma'am. Because when they get older, they know how to do it really well.
Yeah, when they get older, they know how to do it really well. Why else? Think about some of the resources that we have that can make words very nice and neatly that they may not have had in colonial times. Brayden?
I could draw better now, but as it and like
You don't need your lump of lead right now. What resources did they have back in colonial? Did they not have in colonial times that we maybe have now? Ava?
yes, ma'am. They didn't have no phones or iPads.
No phones, no iPads. They could not type words. Everything that was done ever had to be handwritten. So it was very important that students had very nice, neat handwriting. Now, nice, neat handwriting included neat letters. They were small. Think about the size of this board in front of you. We are going to be practicing the whole alphabet. So letters had to be small. They had to be neat. There had to be proper spacing in between the letters. So every single day to school, students would bring their own slate. This chalkboard in front of you is called a slate, and they would bring chalk. And usually the slate and the chalk were hand-me-downs. So they were passed down in your family, just like the pails, over several years. Right now, we are going to take some time to write the alphabet in cursive. You're going to do capital letter, lowercase letter. So for example, if I did the letter Z, I would do capital, lowercase. Capital, lowercase. The whole alphabet backwards on your slates. Capital and lowercase for each letter. answer. Do you know why?
I didn't know what direction.
No. What did you forget to do when I called on you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, come on over.
If you
Bring your
don't
chalk.
know a cursive letter, do you just do it in French?
Well, where can you look?
All right, we're gonna wait right here, Ronnie.
If you
I will
are you
follow
saying if we
directions.
haven't learned it yet?
Ready?
Yes, print.
I will. W-I-L-L. Follow. O-I-L-L.
Okay, start over.
O-W. Next to the direction.
Camera.
D-I-R-E.
Do you remember the directions or would you like me to repeat it?
I-O.
How are we writing the alphabet?
N-S. All right, Bentley, do you want to be the first one to try the hat? All right, come on up. Ready? All right, so do you want me to put it on you so it's easier? Sit on the chair.
Oh, hello, Ken. What did I see this morning?
Take a seat. All right,
Emily.
grab your chalk 3 times. I'll say, I wrote your name.
Do you know why? How are we writing the alphabet? We started with A.
Put your hat so you can get right there.
Yes, Tommy.
Mine is a chalk, but I think that's get it.
Go where?
Expired.
Yes, Howard. I see it ends in D. That's not the start of the alphabet. Yes, Ava. Thank you. You may continue to work on your stitching. Yes, Ira. Okay,
All right, so as we're starting to wrap up our cursive alphabets, if you are a boy and you get your alphabet checked, you will just sit tight. You can try and practice memorizing the alphabet backwards again in your head. Otherwise, we will just sit and wait. Girls, if you finish and get it checked, you may continue working on your stitching. In about 2 or 3 minutes, we are going to move on to our next
What do you mean
subject.
stitching?
All right. Isla?
Is this supposed to be interesting?
Yes, Griffin.
Yes, ma'am.
Bella?
Yes, ma'am.
Trading on your direction. Yes, Trey.
You have
Yes,
to do it
ma'am.
on
Do we do this backwards or?
Backwards. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I know.
What made
Good job, Maeve. You may continue to work on your stitching. Yes, Emily.
Yes, ma'am. I'm praying for chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Careful, careful. Okay, Emily, you can work on your stitching. Be careful, please. Yes, yes.
I have to.
You can work on your stitching. Yes, Rose. Here.
But we don't let that work.
We don't want to. Emma, you ready?
What's on your pattern? Yes, Sonny.
Ben?
Continue to work
All
on
right, you can get hat or no hat? I'm gonna have you raise.
No, leave it. Yeah, just leave it. We're going to stitching.
I'm gonna have you raise double up, but don't forget any letters. You can do just uppercase, okay?
Yes, Howard.
Is there anyone like on deck for the?
Cameron went green and red. See, that's everyone that I said.
All right. I would like everyone to please erase their slates.
I just noticed I forgot the.
If you are working on your stitching, please just stack that in a neat pile. Slates erased. And then I would like hands crossed on your desk. And I will let you know what we're doing next. Great.
Yes, ma'am. My stuff was wet, so I just can't do my thing.
All right, boys level 0, please. Hands crossed on the table in front of us. I like how Isla has everything stacked neatly, and so does Ava. So right now, we have about 10 minutes before our tour of the Woodcock Garrison House. We are going to use that time to work on something called elocution. And that is the art of clear and correct speaking. Why would clear and correct speaking be important in colonial times?
Please stop
Ava?
repetition.
For the teachers who can hear the teacher much better.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need to work on our elocution today in class. And we are going to do that with some tongue twisters. So on the board, I wrote a difficult sentence. I'm going to call on different students to try and recite it. And if we have loud, clear voice. You would pronounce every word, and you would take your time saying it. Does anyone think that they would like to give it a try? I'll let maybe 4 or 5 kids try it, and then we can try our competition. Let's see. Ainsley.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round, the rug rocked, the ragged rascal ran.
Not bad. Round and round, the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Does somebody else like to give it a try? Maeve.
Round and round, the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Maeve, I'm going to send you to the lunch chair. Do you know why?
I didn't say yes, ma'am.
Alright, you can head over there. Miss Gay, do you want to set her up with what to write? Alright, let's see. Griffin.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round, the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Very nice. I will take a couple more. Emily?
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Alright,
Round
so
and
Emily,
round.
yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round, the ragged rascal ran.
Excellent, thank you, Emily. Tommy?
Round and round, the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Excellent. I will take one more and then I will introduce our competition. Maya?
Yes, ma'am. Round and round, the rusty rock, the rugged rascal ran.
Excellent. All right. Our competition is going to be timed. So we are going to see who can read this. We're going to try 3 times in a row without any mistakes the most quickly. So I'll give you maybe 2 minutes to practice with the partner next to you. Practice saying it to them. You're going to try aim for 3 times as quickly as possible, no mistakes. And then we'll have the competition. 2 minutes. You can use your normal voice no mistakes. If you're able to do it 3 times with no mistakes, I will write your time on the board. If you are not able to do it 3 times with no mistakes, you will not be entered in the competition. Can you give me a thumbs up if you understand?
Yes.
Alright, I know they didn't have watches back then, but this is what I'm going to use to time you. So, who would like to go first? Let's see. Braden.
Round
2 more times.
Round and round, the rugged rock, the rag rascal ran.
One more.
Round and round, the rugged rock, the rag rascal ran.
All right, 19.43 seconds is the time to beat. Thank you, Brayden. Who would like to try next? Let me see.
Tommy.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round the rugged
Wait. All right, go.
Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
All right, 9.9 seconds.
Wow.
All right, you got the time to beat. Who would like to give it a try? Try.
Round and round.
What did you forget? Can you tell us what you forgot?
What did you forget, Trey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can go to the dumpster.
All right, who else would like to give it a try?
Would you like to wear the hat?
Mia.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Round and round the rugged rock, the rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the rugged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the rugged rascal ran.
All right, I'm not going to give it to you because we got our tongue twisted, but that's the point of it, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate you giving it an effort, giving it a try. Who else would like to give it a shot? We can probably take like 3 or 4 more before we have to go on our tour. Bentley?
Yes, ma'am. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Not bad. 6.4 seconds, Bentley. 6.47. Alrighty, maybe 2 more? Maya.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Alright, 11.17. One more? Alrighty, Howard.
Round and round the rock,
Oh, Howard, what did we forget?
rascal ran.
Howard, what did we forget? Alright, you're up after Trey. Somebody else. Ainsley.
After Trey.
Yes, ma'am. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
Ooh, 9.11. Very nice, Ainsley.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you may.
Okie dokie. At this time, let's see. Congratulations to Bentley. Let's give him a little round of applause. Very nice elocution, Bentley. So we have our tour starting in about 5 minutes. So we're going to leave our pails and our cloaks here, and we are going to walk in 2 separate groups to the Bookrock Garrison House. Thank you so much, Miss Reinhardt. We do have to wear masks on our tour of the Woodcock Garrison House, so Miss Reinhardt is passing out masks right now. When we arrive to the Woodcock Garrison House, what do we have to do to show our manners when we get to the door? What do we have to do to show our manners when we get to the door?
One more time.
Emma?
Yes, ma'am. If you're a girl, you have to do a curtsy, and if you're a boy, you have to do a bow.
Excellent. So when we get to the door, to show our manners, when we see the people who work at the Woodcock Garrison House, if you're a girl, do I have everyone's attention? If you are a girl, you will give them a little curtsy. Reinhardt, Mrs. Goodnow, and Mrs. DiBiase. Okay? So when we say your name, you do not need to bring anything except for your mask. So when we say your name, just line up with your mask on at the door that we tell you to go to. Yeah, you can.
Isla, you can come here. Ava, you can go over there. Mia, here. Here. Zoe, you can go over there. Bella, you can go over there. Grace, you can come here. Emily can... Emily, go with Miss McDonald. Maybe you can come with me. Ainsley, you can come with me. Maya and Emma, you can go with Miss McDonald. Tommy, you can come with me. Griffin, you can go with Miss McDonald. Braden, you may go with Miss McDonald. Braden and Cameron, actually. Go with Miss McDonald. Bentley and Howard, come with me. Andrew, you may come with me. And Ben and Logan, you may go with Miss McDonald. And Trey, you will come with me.
So do you want to do you and Miss Reinhardt?
Yep.
Okay,
And then
so that works.
Mrs. DiBiase and Mrs. Goodnow.
Okay. All right, so somebody remind me, if we have a question while we are at our tour, what should we do? Griffin?
Yes, ma'am. You should raise your hand.
You should raise your hand.
Good.
At the end of the tour, if we do not want the cookies, what should we say when they go to hand you a cookie? If you do not want to try one. Mia?
Yes, ma'am. You can say no, thank you.
You can say no, thank you. All right? Any questions before we head out for our tour? Maya?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna have you.
We go in and have to put on our mask and we can get down right now.
I'm just gonna actually put my mask on right now because it's right next door, so we're just gonna walk right over it and we'll be there. Alrighty? I don't think there's anything else. So you'll be with this group for your tour. At the end, you can say no thank you if you don't want a cookie. If you want one, just say yes please and thank you. Don't forget to bow and curtsy when we enter the